Welcome back everyone. In this section we will log out the user. This is actually a very simple task. So, first we need to go to the urls.py file and define our required URL path. Although we had disabled the logout URL path in the previous tutorial section. In the last tutorial section, we disabled this login URL path because we did the login on the home page. If you want to manage the login on a separate page, you need to enable it. But now we will enable the logout URL path and disable the login URL path. Now, let's implement some logic in the logout view function in the views.py file. Now, let's remove the past text and implement the logic we need here. So, type logout here and pass the request parameter. Actually, we had already imported this logout class in the last tutorial section. Hopefully we remember that. If you want to see the last tutorial, you can click on the I button, although I have also given the link to the last tutorial section in the description box. So, now let's show a message. I'm showing this message because I want to give the user a confirmation that they have successfully logged out. Then I will redirect the user to the home page, where the user will see the login form again. So, our logout in the views.py file is done. It's pretty simple, right? Now, we need to go to the navbar.html page because here we need to integrate the logout feature. Now, here we need to provide some logic. For example, if the user is already logged in, then the user needs to be shown the logout link to log out. So, to do that, we will first use the Django tag and inside it we will have to check if any user is already logged in or not. So type if user.is authenticated. So, this statement will check if any user is already logged in or not. Now, replace the link text and type logout here. We also need an else statement now because if there is no user already logged in, then we need to show the login form that we managed on the home page. Right? So, type else in Django tag. Now we need to close the if statement, otherwise I'll forget again. So, type end if. Actually this Django tag is a bit of a hassle to write. I don't know how you feel about it. However, now let's show the login link in the else statement. Because as I said earlier, this else statement basically shows the login link when the user is not logged in. So, let's copy this logout code. And now, paste this copied code after the else statement. And, write login instead of logout text. Okay, now what we need to do is add URL action references for both logout and login. To do that, in the href tag property for logout, type URL space then type logout inside quotation marks. If we go to the urls.py file, we will see that the name property for the logout path is defined as logout. So, we are passing the same value here as we defined in the name property for logout in the urls.py file. Now we will provide the home URL for login in the same way. Okay. The login and logout logic implementation is complete as per our plan. Now, it's time to test. So, let's first activate our virtual environment. I hope we all know how to activate a virtual environment now. Okay, our virtual environment is active. Now we need to run the server. And to do that, go inside our project folder and type python manage.py then type run server and hit enter. Okay, our development server has run successfully. Let's run the project in the browser. Yes, the project has run successfully and the user is already logged in. So let's log out. Look, the logout confirmation message is shown here. Now let's try to log in. First we will try with the wrong username. See invalid username or password message showing. Now let's try to log in by leaving both the username and password fields blank. Here I see a warning message showing for the username field. Now try to log in by filling in the username field and leaving the password field blank. Here too, a warning message is being shown for the password. Now let's try to log in with the actual username and password. Wow! Great! We were able to log in successfully and we can see a confirmation message and logout link visible as well. Let's click on the logout link. Yes, the logout worked successfully. See here too we see the login link and logout confirmation message. So finally we have successfully completed the login and logout functionality. So what we have done so far is, we have set up the project on both Windows and Mac OS platforms, then we have set up and configured the database, then we have set up the repository on GitHub in the easiest way for our project and implemented the login and logout functionality in this tutorial. In the next tutorial we will do the user registration. This user registration task will be a little complex, but I will try to show it as simply as possible. So, if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, and if you want to get real-life project tutorials on machine learning, AI, deep learning, data engineering and data analysis, then subscribe to the channel. If you have any suggestions or opinions, please let me know in the comments. Or you can let me know what other topics you would like to get tutorials on. I will try my best to make the tutorials very easy and simple, and definitely all tutorials will be based on real-life project. So, hope to see you in the next tutorial.